Hey guys, so I'm going to do tonight's tarot read on this. This is what's going on, and it's pretty interesting. Okay, so obviously Trump is trying to have all these lawsuits going on in the states, and it looks like everybody's certifying votes. They've done recounts. He keeps losing over and over again. Everybody's seen that. Even some of the counts are coming up more in Biden's favor, and he's put his millions into this, and it's going nowhere. So we know what's going on. I haven't even been reading on that because there's no point. I'm not going to read each state because I know what's going to happen. They're going to throw all this out. They're going to certify votes. We know the odds are against him because I know what Spirit wants, okay? But this is the juicy thing that happened today. Now, let me go back a little bit. A few days ago, Trump went on Fox News. If you saw it, there was a big rant. He was on the phone. And he was talking about how on election day at 10 o'clock, somebody calls him and says, congratulations, you're the winner, right? At 10 o'clock at night. We know how long this dragged out, okay? And it was looking pretty good for him at first, but they hadn't started counting all those mail-in votes and those ballot boxes and all that. These were mainly the people who went to the polls. And of course, they just barely got started, guys. I mean, they had just barely got started. 10 o'clock at night, what is it, 7 o'clock here? There's no way to possibly win by then. So that was completely ridiculous, he says that. But then he was claiming all of a sudden dumps come in. All of the dumps. They're called votes, They're called votes, right? But anyway, let's fast forward. So he does all that. But then one of the little things he said, which really got my attention, and I had a feeling something was going to happen, is he was talking about, this wide-scale voter fraud. But he even said it was possible the FBI and the Department of Justice were behind the voter fraud. Ooh. Okay. Now, what's going on? Why would he throw the FBI and the Department of Justice, with Attorney General Bill Barr, under the bus like that? Well, a few days later, guess what happens? Today, Bill Barr went on an interview with the Associated Press, and he says the Department of Justice has really found no evidence of voter fraud. He says they've looked into it and everything. And see, in the beginning, okay, Bill Barr was saying, yeah, we're going to investigate this voter fraud. There may be, there's some legitimate claims. We're going to check it out. He's being all like that, right? He was being pro-Trump. But now, what is this change of heart? And see, that's what I want to read on today. What's going on? Why is all of a sudden he makes it real clear that they have found no evidence of voter fraud? That's a huge thing, guys, for Bill Barr to do that. So, of course, Trump, he didn't really get all into it with him. I think he might have been stunned. I feel that Trump was stunned. But Giuliani, he did make statements, and he was basically saying, that he felt that the Department of Justice and so forth didn't fully investigate everything, is what they claim. Okay. So he's like, well, they didn't investigate very good. They didn't really look into it. That's what he's saying. So he's still hanging in there, making a fool of himself with his dye. He's still, and I kind of see that hair dye running down his face, is that everything is dying. Okay, everything is dying. Okay. So anyway, so we're going to kind of read on that. Why is there a change of heart with Bill Barr? Why would he suddenly speak out? And also, how is this going to affect Trump? So let's check it out. But this was very, very interesting that this suddenly went down. This is a big one. It's like, whoop, let me just throw Trump under the bus. And I feel like he knows it's a sinking ship, and he may be trying to save his own career right now. But this was a very interesting turn everything took. So I'm just waiting for the Twitter comments of Trump throwing him under the bus, or is he going to fire Bill Barr? Because this is a big thing. Him coming out in an interview and saying this. This must have shocked everyone. I'm really excited to see what cards I get. Okay, let's see the very first card. Ooh, we got the Emperor. Okay, so this kind of, the Emperor I'm kind of looking at as the Department of Justice itself. Obviously, Bill Barr is the head of this, but this kind of makes me feel, and it could even be a little bit of the FBI here. So as I kind of look at this at the very first card, I wonder if even both departments, because see, both of them were supposedly investigating voter fraud, okay? But it kind of makes me wonder if they're coming together in some weird way that Trump doesn't know about or something. But I would say that represents the overall, the whole of that government body. Now, what's going on? Oh, Eight of Cups. Okay, indolence. Eight of Cups especially is about detaching, cutting your losses, and walking away. That's huge. That's huge. Anytime I see that card, when we have the card, if you look at the majority of the Rider-Waite images, you see all these stacked up 8 cups, and you see a man walking away and he's going on a journey. Okay, so he's made a serious investment. And that's what I always say about the cups. He has invested. He put his heart and soul, okay, into something. But inevitably he knows that to give any more to something is completely wasted. To put any effort or energy in that pursuit, to build up a tower of more cups or anything is completely wasted. So that's what he does. That's what the journeyman does. He cuts his losses and he goes on and he walks away and he wants to go something better. So I think Barr is about to walk. Or at least you could say he's getting very prepared. He could end up, I mean, could he be fired? Maybe, if he really upsets Trump here. But, or maybe he's going to resign, something here. But I feel he knows it's a sinking ship. But I do feel it really bothered him that Trump was saying that they could be behind some election fraud. I think this really, really upset. And this is interesting. So I've also got 2 cards standing side by side at the foundation. One I have wealth, the other I have failure. This is what it kind of makes me feel. Oh, I feel there's money changing hands and things like that. There's a little dirty money that's been involved in this. But I feel, and you got to even think about that. One of the dirty money things here is Trump trying to build this legal fund. This is a big thing here. Because one of the things is he has a campaign that is in the hole. That's the failure card. Okay, so what Trump has been trying to do, see, part of this little bit of a grifter thing is build all this money, okay, to, do all these lawsuits. There's even one man trying to get back his 2.5 million, okay? So he's trying to build his wealth. He's trying to build his wealth. And I feel Bill Barr kind of knows that. He understands there's a scam going on. I don't think he would say that necessarily out loud, but that's kind of the heart of the situation. I feel he's wise enough to know what's going on. I feel like Trump knows deep down he can't possibly overturn this election. We've been doing this for over 200 years, and everybody's starting to certify all these states. Everything you see it, they've recounted, certify. If, I feel like he had a dream of taking it to the Supreme Court and just overturning everything. Okay, see, that's what he got it in his mind somehow. But now he's starting to see this, the framers knew what they were doing. Okay, when they had all these states and everything, and you could see the power of the states, it's not just like one swoop, it's every state votes for someone. And so forth. They knew what they were doing. They were here to prevent. They wrote everything up here to prevent something like this from happening, that something could be overturned. See how hard it is to do? It's hella hard. They made sure of it. So Trump kind of knows that. So he's just trying to get a little wealth because his campaign's in the hole. And he owes a lot of money. Okay, he owes a lot of money. He's trying to make money. That's a big part of it. That's it. Oh yes, he does want to be president. Yes. Yes, he's still in denial. But he wants to make money. That's a big part of this whole scam and so forth. Be prepared, okay? As the news came in about what Bill Barr said, that's the Prince of Swords, or Princess of Swords especially, to kind of bring in that news and so forth. We've got the cruelty card. So get ready. I think Trump is kind of sitting with it at the moment because this is a big one to start attacking on Twitter, okay? There are certain people he doesn't care about. Yeah, and, Trump is the boss. But this is the cruelty card. And I feel he's getting ready to say some real nasty stuff here. Now, I feel there's a little dirt on Barr that Trump knows about. And this is probably part of the reason Barr has been careful. But he sees the sinking ship now. He's trying to save himself. I see the star. I'm going to go with the other tarot reader I've seen, Lena Rodriguez Tarot Down Under. The star to represent America. Because this is also the card of hope as well. So this is a very powerful thing right now. Okay, is what America is about. And the power of it, really, just like I was talking about with the framers and so forth. And also the will of the American people. Okay, they put all their hopes and dreams and everything into that vote. And this is why it is incredibly powerful. And they can't turn it over. They haven't flipped one state or nothing. And yes, now I look at this celebration card here. It's a celebration daily. Okay, because either a lawsuit gets thrown out or a recount, is still Biden. And states are certifying. It's like election day every day. Every day it's Biden wins this, Biden wins that. Trump must be just, going insane. He must be sweating off his tanning stuff because it's a celebration every day. It's good news every day for anybody who voted for Biden. Okay, so that's the thing. So it's an overall, that celebration just repeats itself and so forth. And yes, I do have the Ace of Pentacles. So, and that's a big thing is, the economy, of course, and we've talked about this. Ace of Pentacles really stands for getting a good beginning with the economy and so forth. People that voted for Biden, they see the writing on the wall that the economy is bad. I see that's the thing that, there are people celebrating, yes. When they're like breathing a sigh of relief, but they're tired. They just want to get everything, some say back to normal, but other people don't want to go back to normal. But we just want to get a handle on coronavirus, get the economy going. That's what we're really looking at going on. So what I see, this love card, the love card is the Two of Cups, which can be certain like partnerships and so forth. They can be soulmates and so forth. I'm going to look at this, that this was the relationship with Barr and Trump. I do see this sometimes for political relationships, that they had a good thing going for a while, but this card just knocked down. This just like literally just fell down like that is a lust card. Okay, the lust for power. The lust for power ruined the relationship and so forth, because Trump's lust for power, he takes no prisoners or anything like that. He will throw anybody under the bus he can to get to the presidency. It's so incredibly powerful. His lust for power, it's just taken him over, and he's completely mad. I believe the man has completely lost his mind. If he had any kind of sense of, composure, any kind of sanity, he's completely lost it at this point. He's off the rails. Losing hit him hard. But just like I said, I feel like, Barr feels like he had a good relationship. We've got a nice Two of Cups relationship with Trump. But I do feel it really hurt him. When Trump was saying that the Department of Justice and the FBI could be behind voter fraud, I feel that really upset him. That upset the relationship. He started seeing, just like it fell out, the lust for power is just too much. It's insatiable at this point. Sorry, I have a cat that's about to attack. Okay. Let me pull a couple more here. I would like to pull one next to that. Yes. Yes, that's no surprise. Sorry you guys can't see the whole thing. I wish I could fix it some way. Oh. So very interesting, a couple things here. I've got the Wheel of Fortune, and then I've got the Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands for me is the coronavirus card. That has been my coronavirus card because it's a very swift moving card. It goes like this, very fast moving. And that's how the virus is. It spreads. And it's just so quick, you know, that there's just no control of it almost. But I've also got the Wheel of Fortune. And so one of the things this makes me feel the spirit and us being able to go into a positive direction. The wheel is spinning in its own way. And it's been very favorable to Biden right now. You know, that fortune is on his side. You could say he won the election. But every time Trump tries to kind of go against this, the universe. I mean, it's not just even trying to go against the will of the American people. Okay, he's up against something even bigger than that and stuff. And he's just out of luck. I pull another one here. And he has been a lot in hiding. I've got the Hermit card. And so he will come out on Twitter, but he doesn't say a whole lot. But then he'll get on the phone with Fox. He's kind of keeping his cards to himself right now. You know, acting like he's got a big plan. But he only comes out so much. He's not coming out very much right now. He's plotting and planning something. Oh, and there we go. So the outcome card is the Hangman. Everything being suspended. So this is the thing. And this is what it makes me feel. Trump obviously is playing a victim. Okay, and you could say the Hangman kind of seems like a victim. You know, and he's played a little bit of a martyr here. You know, and I've talked about that he kind of has a way of playing victim. So he kind of purported, as we began with the Emperor and also the Eight of Cups, you know, that he's going far, that he's going to play victim to all kinds of things that are against him and so forth. And yes, he's willing to throw Barr even under the bus. I look at that Cruelty card and it's coming. It's inevitably coming unless Barr gets out of the way. Unless Barr gets out of the way. But he's stuck. Okay? Trump, just like the Hangman here, he's stuck. He can't get out of this position here. He is struggling. I see that's the thing. The Hangman, see what he does? He stops struggling. And Trump will never stop struggling. That's the thing. He can't have that moment of surrender. Notice he's not surrendering. He's not surrendering. He keeps going and going and going. Will he inevitably have a surrender moment? I feel he will inevitably have no choice. I've already said he can't flip the election. I've already read on that situation. But I don't feel you will ever see, you know, a good, honest speech and so forth. And then I just drew the completion card. So this is pretty much wrapping up. They're all getting certified. It's you know, once they're all certified, there's really nothing he can do. You know, he can keep trying to file lawsuits, have everybody recount. But once they're certified, he's stuck. He's stuck. There's nothing he can do. But Barr, very interesting. That Eight of Cups crossing the Emperor. I look at that. I wonder if he could potentially resign. Because I feel it, you know, he knows he's going to get replaced and so forth. But it makes me wonder if he's going to do something like that, you know, potentially, jump this ship. But there's some kind of walking away that he is going to do. Some kind of walking away. So I do feel like that love, Two of Cups, we had that good thing, but just like it fell out, that lust for power. You know, Trump doesn't care who he's got to accuse. And see, even people that were, you know, he was buddy with this person. This person stood by his side for so long and everything. And even to do that is a huge thing, you know, to throw him under the bus. I'm going to draw one more. And I drew the Ace of Wands and so forth. So I do feel opportunity-wise, Barr may be given another opportunity in some way to do something different. I feel like there is a few people with him saying that today, Not that he's necessarily a respectable person, okay? Because he's not clean, but I feel like there was still a lot of people who, after seeing him, say that about the election, maybe more Republicans and so forth will also start saying things too. They're starting to. Little by little, a few of them are starting to say something about it. And so, but yeah, I would like to see that. But yeah, Trump is stuck. There's no way at everything. And the only thing he can do is sit there and play victim. And he won't surrender. If he could surrender and just, concede and do everything eloquently, he could have some kind of legacy. It wouldn't be a good one, but there would be other people who respect him. He's just ruining it. Was struggling on that. He's just ruining it.